Hey there, Shakira Brown, professional speaker and business communication strategist. And I have been doing some videos, both on vacation and otherwise, on communicating during and post pandemic. One of the reasons why I'm saying this is because I know there is a deficit of people who are willing to work right now. And both small, medium, and large size businesses are struggling to fill roles at their companies. Okay. So at the retail level, this is really bad. I actually walked into a major chain restaurant and there was no one to help me. I only could use the kiosk. That's the only option I had, right? They only had enough people to work the kitchen to make the food. No people were available to ring me up front. And normally that's not the case. But I just came back from a very small business. It's a bakery and deli. Drove 40 minutes to get there. It's well worth it. But they, of course, they had huge signs in the door, part-time help, full-time help needed. And, they were busy. It was right before lunch. They were starting to get busy because it's a deli, so they do make, lunch food. And I had ordered something from the bakery side. And I asked the woman who was helping me, who didn't understand what I meant when I said chocolate and sprinkles. She said, I don't know what you mean. How you don't know what chocolate and sprinkles are at a bakery? An Italian bakery at that, that's a whole other thing. But anyway, I asked her if she could help me on the deli side because in my past visits to this deli/bakery, the person who helps me on the bakery side usually can go grab stuff out the deli case for me. She said she could. She said yes. I said, I need some items out the deli case. Can you help me over there? She said yes. So when I walked over there, she looked at me and was like, can I help you with something else? And I was like, I mentioned the deli. And she said, oh, I can't help you with that. So I already stood online for about 8 minutes, and that wasn't bad. I had just gotten there before it started really packing in. But I really had been there almost 15 because I had to wait for her to pack my stuff on the bakery side. And so then I find myself on the deli side where there are 5 or 6 people waiting online. Now, this was a situation that I shouldn't have to worry about. As the customer, if I'm being helped, and there's only one register, by the way, there's one register. So it's not like there's a deli side and you have to do transactions on that side and the bakery side where your transactions are. There's one, one register. So everything gets rung up on the same register. So that wasn't an issue. The issue for me is that there was no way for them to make sure I was being taken care of in a timely fashion because I've already been helped. And when I said something to the guys at the deli counter, the one guy said to me who seemed like maybe he was an owner or manager, I don't know. She don't know how to do this side yet. That's exactly what he said. She don't know. I am not making that up. How to do this side yet. And okay, that's understood. But how is that my problem as a customer? I've already been stood online. I normally get helped on both sides by the same person. How was this my problem? So when the guy at the deli counter was ready to take the next order, he looked at me and the gentleman that was standing next to me, who technically was next to the deli counter, but I had just walked up. He made us decide who was going to go. And the gentleman was very nice and he said, go ahead, let him go ahead and put your stuff in the box, which would have made sense, right? But that's not what happened. The young man behind the counter, he wrote down my order and then took that guy's order, wrote his order down, then the other 4 people behind him. So now I'm still standing here. I have an order already packed up, ready to go. I've already stood online. I've already done my part. No one's communicating to me about what the next step is. No one says, don't worry, ma'am. We've got you. We're going to get you out of here. There was no communication. So after I waited another 5 minutes, no one has said, we're going to take care of you, miss. We're so sorry. We're short-staffed. I got none of that. Okay. I decided to communicate because, I'm a professional communicator. And I said, is someone going to help me with my order? I know he took my order first when I walked back up, so I can get out of here. You can get me out of here. Because why have a customer unnecessarily standing around who knows what they want, who just needs stuff literally put in a box? I didn't need anything made. I just needed them to scoop stuff out of the deli case into a container, put a lid on it, and put a price on it. That's it. I didn't need a sandwich. I didn't need anybody to prepare anything. Just that. But no one was communicating. So I said that. And the guy behind the counter who told me that, the employee wasn't trained for the deli side yet, you know, he didn't like that I communicated. He said, well, we're moving as fast as we can. That's understood. But where is the communication to let me know that they have some sort of empathy for the fact that I've already stood online for a period of time, was already helped. Now I'm finding myself having to stand another line unnecessarily. These are not the customer's problems. What I'm saying right now is I need you to listen to the fact that if you're short-staffed, or if you're forced to hire people who have limited English speaking skills, those who can communicate in English and those who've worked there before, you need to come up with ways to keep the customer service as high level as possible. Okay? Easy fix for this would have been, once she figured out I needed deli case, there should have been a system behind the scenes where she at least wrote down what I wanted out the deli case and handed it to somebody seamlessly behind the scenes. That person boxes it and then gives it to me. I'm at the register. I'm out of there. I shouldn't have had to fend for myself. And certainly, two customers shouldn't have to figure out who's going next. Okay? So this is not an isolated incident, I am certain of. I'm certain that companies of all sizes are dealing with these types of customer service issues, or should I say lack thereof customer service. You have to find methods to get your customers through your sales process smoothly, just like that you would have done a year and a half ago. And most importantly, you must communicate with the customer to let them know what's happening. If there is a failure in your process because it's your fault, because if you're unable to have the proper staff, you need to explain to the customer, we're so sorry, it's going to just be a few more minutes. We're going to make sure we get you out of here soon. That I would have said that's all I needed to hear. But I had to fend for myself. When your customers are left to fend for themselves between other customers and your staff, that's a problem. So in these times when you don't have enough staff to provide top level customer service, I need you to make sure that the communication around your customer service is stellar. Make sure you're apologizing, making people feel reassured that they're going to be helped, and recognizing and that they have waited a long time, and make them feel good about shopping at your store or doing business with your company. Okay? And communication is at the heart of that. Just so keep that in mind. So be sure that you replace the physical that's missing with verbal communication. That's the key here. Get ahead. I talk about preventative communication sometimes. Get ahead of these issues with stellar communications. Explain what's happening. Reassure your customers. Make them feel like they're not wasting their time, or don't let them get to the point where they feel like they're just ready to get out of there and not buy anything at all. You can't afford to do that. So take that to heart. If you have any questions, always reach out to me at my website. And if you feel like you're overwhelmed during this time, you're not the only ones who are overwhelmed. But you can find ways to make your customers feel like you are doing the best that you can, and most importantly, that they're going to be taken care of with the utmost care. With that, I leave you with happy communicating and a focus on superior and stellar customer service. Take care.